Ladies and gentlemen, today we have something way bigger than I thought I was going to be making a video on, to be honest with you guys. We have 100 big changes coming to Black Ops Cold War at launch. This ranges from new weapons and score streaks to little intricate fixes like weapon changes, bug fixes, and everything in between. And in this video, we are going to be going over all of that. Now, if you didn't already know, Black Ops Cold War actually comes out tomorrow. I think 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time is when it goes live in like Australia, and then it'll go live in several different times throughout the world after that. It's kind of confusing to me. I don't exactly know how it works, but just know that tomorrow I'm going to have content all day for you guys throughout the weekend. So be ready for a lot of videos, a lot of live streams. We're going to be playing the campaign on the live stream. We're going to be uploading videos about MP and everything in between. So be sure to be checking out the channel constantly. We're going to have lots of content coming. But as far as today, we have so much to talk about because we have over 100 changes coming to Black Ops Cold War before it even launches. Let me show you what they are. So starting out, we have the game modes that weren't there in the beta and will be at launch. First of all, Search and Destroy, Free for All, those are the two core modes. After this, a bunch of hardcore modes, including Team Deathmatch Hardcore, Domination, Kill Confirmed, Search and Destroy, and Free for All. So basically, all of your basic Call of Duty modes that are always there at launch will once again be there with this game. After this, we move into a whole bunch of Fire Team Dirty Bomb updates. So first of all, they added ammo caches on Ruka and Alpine, so you can pick up ammo. You don't have to die or find it off of dead bodies. You can just go to the ammo cache, pick it up. They added rappel lines on Alpine, so you can get to the top of buildings, similar to Warzone. After this, players can now continue sprinting while equipping armor, so you don't have to stop moving, put on armor. You can actually get from point A to point B while doing it. Players will now automatically air deploy after 15 seconds in the overhead spawn view. I don't know what that means. All I know is that at some points you will have automatic parachute deployment. That is all I know. Both the downed player and player reviving will be locked in place during the revive to avoid the revive from failing. Basically, normally in Call of Duty games, you can kind of move around while reviving people. In this, you are now no longer able to. Why? I don't know. Apparently, too many people were failing at revives. After this, they added the ability to call for help while downed. So basically, while you're downed, you press a button and it pings yourself to tell people to come towards you. After this, added support for bashing a door when beginning to sprint next to a door. So this is exactly what we had in Modern Warfare. Nothing special here. As we know, doors are not an MP, so this is only in Fire Team Dirty Bomb. They also added support for configurable squad wipe respawn delays based on squad size. So for example, if you die as a solo playing, you won't have a respawn delay, or your respawn delay with 2 people will be shorter than if you're playing with a team of 4. They also made adjustments to objective placements, pretty straightforward. Other little things like when you're arming the bomb, it now shows your team how long you have left in arming the bomb above the bomb, which is just a good quality thing. On top of this, while you're arming the bomb, there'll be a little thing that pops up that shows you how many teammates are surrounding you, therefore showing you how fast it's actually being armed. Also, improvements made to radiation visuals in the overhead spawn view, so you'll better know if you are in radiation as you fall from the sky. After this, we have some new loot. So first of all, radiation vests are added into the loot pool, so you can pick this up, and then while you're in the radiation, it won't deal as much damage to you, or you'll take damage slower, which is cool. On top of this, new loot including a combat bow, VTOL escort, cruise missile, and gunship are added. These are all score streaks that we're going to talk about later in the video. They also adjusted the item spawn rates to reduce higher end score streak frequency. So basically, your chopper gunners, your gunships, things along those lines will not spawn in chests nearly as much. Also, on top of this, they reduced the frequency of the hind spawn. So that helicopter that you can actually shoot from will spawn less. This is super abused in the beta. I would much prefer them just to get rid of it. They adjust the vehicle drop timing to reduce the frequency of hind, tank, and FAV spawns. So again, just making it so that there's less vehicles, less tanks, less things that can kill you in one shot. And that's pretty much it. There's some other little things there, but you can check out the link down in the description if you want to read the full article. After this, pinging. So pinging was a thing that they added in the beta. They've made some adjustments to it. So they added the ability to ping while you're down, the ability to ping from vehicles. You can also ping down teammates, ping field upgrades, and throw in C4 explosives, and added a center dot while free falling and parachuting so you can more accurately ping while you're falling through the air. So just an upgrade to that overall ping ability. They added an in-game outro scene that highlights the winning team. So this is exactly the same as Warzone. When the team wins, there's kind of like a helicopter that comes in, takes you away. Pretty much exactly the same as this. There was also a bunch of little bug fixes that I'm not going to go into. Basically, like not being able to deposit uranium, not being able to plant bombs, things along those lines. Those are all fixed. Those are things that are going to be addressed constantly even after the launch of the game. So like I said, patch notes are down in the description. After this, changes to VIP Escort and Combined Arms. You can now quick deploy a parachute on Crossroads and Armada. So in multiplayer modes like Combined Arms and Escort, you actually can use a parachute to get from high ground to low ground and move across the map. I think this is pretty cool. We've never seen that in multiplayer aside from like Ground War. There were also some changes to the exfil in VIP Escort to make it more fair for both teams. This is an interesting mode. I'm curious to see the longevity of VIP Escort. Now, moving into new weapons. They said they added new weapons in multiple categories. For the assault rifle, we have the FFAR-1, in other words, something similar to a FAMAS. For SMGs, we have the Bullfrog, which I believe is similar to the Bison in Modern Warfare. For LMGs, the M60. For tactical rifles, the DMR. For the special launcher, we have the M79, which is, I believe, like a thumper, and they say more. Now, I don't know what the more is, but that's all we know as for right now. After this, moving into weapon balancing. So each type of weapon was balanced differently. So for assault rifles, they tuned general assault rifle performance closer to the Krig and XM4 beta performance for better balance across the class. And they increased the AK-47 recoil. It sounds like they're trying to make all the assault rifles more similar to the Krig and XM4. I don't know. I thought the AK-47 was probably the best assault rifle, so they added recoil to it. We'll have to see how much they actually added. After this, SMG. Reduce SMG effectiveness at longer ranges to counter the dominance of the class seen in the beta. This absolutely needed to be done. SMGs were beasts at long range. We'll have to wait to see if this is enough, because SMGs were by far the best weapons in the beta. After this, light machine guns. Increased LMG damage output to improve the effectiveness of the class, and increased LMG ADS times. Now, I don't know whether this actually means that they made them longer, so you have to take even more time to aim down sights, or they made them better. To me, it sounds like they made them longer, which is actually going to make LMGs worse, which I don't love to see. After this, sniper rifles. This is a big one. Adjusted aim assist to feel smoother, yet require more skill and precision. So that's good. Makes it so that there's a higher skill gap on sniper rifles. Also, slightly increased sniper rifle aim down sights time, so it takes longer to aim down sights. Also, sniper scope glint will now display more regularly. That's good too, so you'll more regularly be able to see sniper rifles. Big nerf to sniper rifles there. Personally, I think it was needed. If you disagree, you can let me know down in the comments. After this, pistols. Decreased burst fire pistol hip fire accuracy. So worse hip fire accuracy, basically. And reduced burst fire pistol max damage range. So for the burst fire pistol, they just nerfed it, basically. After this, shotguns. Reduced semi-auto shotguns fire rate. This is mainly for the SPAS 12. The SPAS 12 was a beast, absolute beast in the beta, so they nerfed it. You can't fire it as fast now. Launchers. Slightly increased inner damage of launcher rockets to allow for lethal damage when placed precisely. So the middle of a rocket, when it hits something, it will do more damage. And then melee. Slightly reduced sprinting speed with the knife equipped. Interesting. So you actually move a little bit more slowly than you did before with a knife. Interesting. They also fixed recoil a little bit. Their description of it is this: cleaned up an issue with bullet direction and recoil to feel more intuitive and responsive. I don't exactly know what that means, but recoil should feel a little bit better. Aim assist tuning. Adjusted a number of aim assist parameters to provide a more expected feel across weapon classes. This is a big one. This is one that I think was a big problem in the beta, and apparently they've addressed it. We'll have to wait to see how it feels once the game is actually out. After this, aim down sights. They adjusted aim down sights transition to make them smoother and more fluid. Adjusted aim down sights sway to provide a more dramatic feel when reducing weapon rotation. I don't know what that means. And they adjusted weapon pushback when firing in ADS to address cases where optic models could get too close to the player camera. So basically, as you shot a gun, it would move closer to you and actually screw up your aim. This was really noticeable when using certain red dot sights, but that's a very, very specific thing. After this, we have balancing of attachment. So they updated the balance for roughly half of the attachments across all weapons to increase viability across the board. I think this is great. Even in the beta, I found that too many weapons, I was using all of the same attachments on. So this is good. They've implemented new attachments like shorter barrels to kind of improve movement mechanics in the game and make for example, an assault rifle a more short range assault rifle. I think basically everything they're doing here is really great. They also implemented dual wielding. So they added this ability across all pistols, so you can go akimbo pistols, just like in many different Call of Duty games. Weapons levels, they've increased the primary weapon levels from 40 to 55, essentially adding 15 new attachments for all of the different weapons. And then they actually buffed stationary turrets. They increased the use radius of stationary turrets. I think this is horrible. I think the turrets are way too good in MP, especially on Armada. People just sit in their spawn on the turrets. I think they need to be nerfed, but they gave them a buff here so you can aim over a larger area. Not my cup of tea. You can let me know what you think down in the comments. After this, movement. So sliding. They shortened the slide length, so you can't slide as far. They also reduced the slide speed, so you don't slide as fast. And ending a sprint to fire is now faster than sliding to fire. So, I don't exactly know what that last one means, but from all of this, essentially, they nerfed sliding, is what they did, which they've done twice already before this, so they're really trying to nerf it. After this, mantling, increase the speed for all mantles. This needed to be done. Mantling was so bad before. That's pretty much that. After this, we have score streaks. So the new score streaks that we have are combat bow, armor, so literally armor that you put on your character, care package, cruise missile, VTOL escort, and gunship. So these were all some that were leaked. The interesting thing about this is some of them that were leaked, like Death Machine and the Annihilator pistol, are not on here. So they may be added later at different seasons, but at launch, they are not going to be there. After this, they also changed the earn rate of score streaks. They increased a score bonus threshold at 10 kills and 15 kills to make higher streaks feel more rewarding. So at 10 and 15 kills, after those, you get a higher bonus. That's pretty cool. After this, score streak tuning. So the attack helicopter, they increased the attack helicopter damage from a 5-hit kill to a 3-hit kill. The attack chopper might be a little bit melty now. It's going to be different on different maps, but this is a big buff for this. After this, chopper gunner slightly reduced the chopper gunner duration and damage. Chopper gunner was really, really good. I actually thought they should have kept the old chopper gunner version because it could be shot down pretty easily, and instead just made it worth more score. That's personally what I thought. That would, I think, be a better way of balancing it, but we'll have to wait and see. Cost adjustments to score streaks across the board. This is no surprise here. As far as UI goes, they added a numerical display showing the remaining score required to earn your equipped score streak, which appears briefly on respawn. So when you respawn on top of your kill streaks, it'll show you, let's say, for example, 1,420 more score needed to earn your attack chopper or to earn your chopper gunner or whatever. This is cool because before you could just see like a bar, and if you really wanted to find out how much more score you needed, you had to open up the scoreboard, do some math in your head. So this is just a good quality of life adjustment. They also changed the cooldown of certain score streaks, so some of them take longer to recharge, whereas others are faster, just based on the amount of use, I'm assuming. On top of this, they just had general spawn adjustments across the board. Again, this is another thing that we are going to be seeing over and over and over again throughout probably the first 5 or 6 updates throughout the game. Spawns will be constantly getting adjusted. The more and more people that play the game, the more information they get on that. After this, perks, flak jacket. Flak jacket damage reduction reduced by 5%, so you'll take a little bit more damage if you have flak jacket on from grenades and stuff like that. It's actually a nerf to flak jacket. After this, paranoia, they updated the sound when people are looking at you. Thank God the sound of this in the beta was literally like screeching. It was horrible, so this is a good update. After this, equipment, frag, improved the frag throwback speed. So if someone throws a frag at you, you can now throw it back at them faster. This was needed. It took so long to do. Stim shot got a nerf. They increased the cooldown from 8 seconds to 11 seconds. Again, this was needed. The decoy duration got reduced from 20 seconds to 15 seconds, so a little bit of a nerf to that as well. Field upgrades. So the field mic got a nerf. So the radius got reduced by 10% and the cooldown time got increased from 3 minutes to 3 minutes and 30 seconds. In my opinion, this is still the best field upgrade. So by them doing this, they kind of showed us, yeah, this was the best field upgrade. So now they've fixed it. Now, new features that they have added. I'm just going to read these out. We're not going to go over them in too much depth because we're probably going to be looking at them tomorrow. Military ranks, they added ranks up to level 55. They also added seasonal prestiges after rank 55. They added challenges for campaign, multiplayer, and zombies, just like your traditional challenges in older Call of Duties. They added unlockable weapon camos, so we're probably also going to be looking at that tomorrow. They added player and weapon customization is now available. So I'm assuming that's like camos, stickers, things along those lines, charms. After this, combat record, theater support, multiplayer bot support, finishing moves, and weapon inspects. So a lot of new features being added there. After this, a general update to audio. I'm not going to go into depth with that. If you want to check out all of the changes to audio, just click that link down in the description and read everything that got updated. So, over 100 things changed with Black Ops Cold War going into the launch of the game. I know it was a lot. I tried to go over it as fast as possible. Hopefully you enjoyed it. As I said before, a ton of content coming tomorrow, a ton of content coming throughout the weekend. So if you enjoyed this video, like what you saw, thought it was informative, always appreciate it if you hit that like button. New to the channel, be sure to hit the subscribe button. We have so much content coming. And as always, thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. And until next time, peace out.
We are reaching for the stars.